Our fastest creation was Emma, a USA fitness influencer. Was I think the social and the post was from the idea. I think it was like 48 hours.
Welcome to AI Experience, the podcast that demystifies artificial intelligence. My name is Julian Rodersberger, and we are going to find out how AI is changing the world. And I'm super happy to welcome Ilya Rosman. With over a decade of experience, he advises businesses on leveraging AI for growth and innovation, and he also owns an AI-based influencer agency. So today we will discuss about AI-generated influencers, how to create them, what they do, and what it is used for. Thank you for joining me today. How are you, Ilya?
Hi Julian, how are you? Thank you for having me here.
Sure, my pleasure. I'm doing good, thank you. So, Ilya, maybe we can get started by, just get back to the basics first. Could you please explain us what is an AI-generated influencer?
Okay, so first of all, artificial intelligence influencer. It's a bot, a robot that working by digital life. Um, as the future is really close to us, so actually, what happened right now is we able to dress the bot. We able to provide a face and a body, whatever we will choose to, and to create a digital influencer who can engage and promote and make a storytelling or any other thing that able to do with the person.
Okay, so basically it's like a bot that looks, behave, answer questions like a human.
Yes, exactly. This is the main purpose, to make it as much as human as we can.
Okay, and what's the process behind it? How do you create an AI generated influencers from, the first idea, like the concept, to the execution?
Okay, so first of all, I will just give my example to my first creation ever. So first of all, when I understood that I able to dress an AI as I want to, it was first of all the idea. What will be the uniqueness about this idea? Because to put a woman or a man and to dress it as a regular and to make it like not unique, it's not interesting, and eventually it will not be any engagement to it. But when it comes to unique ideas and when it comes to make something good with the idea, I think this is the point when you get started to be creative. So my first idea was when I saw a lot of orders that coming through me with a lot of women and a lot of AI models that usually are regular. I understood that I able to do something more creative. So I opened and created the first AI influencer who have Down syndrome. She's a Brazilian girl who the main purpose of her is to create awareness to Down syndrome. This is the main purpose of this idea. I thought that if I can try to make something good from AI influencer, so when I will see an engagement and when I see a lot of traffic from it, I will be able to make whatever I want with my ideas. And the test was amazing. We started first with a picture, regular face, and it was like couple days of controlling this face because we wanted some uniqueness, because Down syndrome have some uniqueness in the face and have some different usually different some attraction to the face. So it was like 3 days of working to create something similar with the eyes. And after that, after we able to create this, it was like couple of days of creating the socials and to put her to automation. And then after 3.5 months, we already been in like 28,000 followers. Louisa have TikTok, Louisa have Facebook, and Louisa have also an Instagram. She is acting very, very as a human being. And the most important idea behind this is to provide, when it comes to a lot of health issues and when it comes to problems that relative to health, a lot of people are starting to be very closed, very shy. And I wanted to break this thing to show that also Louisa that have a Down syndrome, she are dancing and she going to the beach and acting as a normal person. And after like couple months, it's already been boosted by big magazines and already been boosted and interviewed by a lot of podcasts, because the idea was really creative. And after that, it's only like to build more and more with creative ideas.
Okay, but just to recap, you were the one to decide. Like you choose a Brazilian, you choose a girl, you choose like pretty much everything about her personality, her style, etc. What kind of tool did you use? Did you use like Mid Journey, this kind of stuff, or the more specialized tool?
No. First tool was Laura, and this is a model that create a face. We started to enter some images that people with Down syndrome, and then we are started to make some similar ideas. After that, it was generated by Kling or by any other video generation.
Hmm.
We worked in the beginning with a lot of face swapping, and because the tech was the step of the video creation was first of all face swap, and then after it was like Kling and runway and all the stuff that we can create from picture and moving scene.
Okay. And was it difficult for you to create that influencer at first? Because I do believe that you have other influencers that you created after the first one. So how difficult was it for the first one, and how easy maybe was it for the others?
Yeah, I think it's like all. I think it's like all the things that you do first time. They are like in struggle way, and it's like in effort. But after I understood that it's working and I saw that it's actually moving, it was like riding on a bike, because when it comes to generate more and more work and creative work, um, my ideas are not finished, so I have always daily ideas that relative to how to make this world a better place.
Okay. So you told me before the show that you once created for one of your clients 500 AI influencers. So, why would someone need 500 AI influencers? Question number one. And how do you scale creativity like this? Because at the end, I mean, they should all look like pretty much like each other.
Okay, so this is comes to a very specific work. The order was made by a person that traveling to a lot of in the world and making a lot of income from a lot of streams. His request was 500 models that will be relative to OnlyFans and relative to FanView. um, this project was the first project that we was taking to create this stuff. Um, Again, this is something that we was decided to make this only by the amount, because the amount was very unspecific and very unique, and this is why I took this job. So the creation of this 500 models was, we took each country around the world and tried to create it by this narrative. It was like, I think, 3 hours for a face. And yeah, after like,
For one
yeah,
face or for the 500
no, no, no,
faces?
for one phase. Um, yeah, we want as a specific work. We're making really real results, and this is why we are focusing or creating the best thing that we can create.
Okay. And how do you scale it? Because if you spend 3 hours to create one influencer, that means you spend 1,500 hours on this project?
Um, After we created the first 10 models, we was putting a full automation of creating these images. So it was when it comes to a thing that I creating by myself, like for example, if it's a mail that I'm sending, or if it's something that I creating like an engagement daily or something like that. Today I working like 98% of my streams are on automation. And when we understood that creating images, it's the same thing like creating and post, it's only something that we need to supervise. It was much less, and we was focusing on only the results, to see the results and to approve, and after that, that's all.
Okay. So you told us that your first AI influencer generated 28,000 followers, I believe, on social media. So on which channel do you interact with this AI creation? Is it like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube? How do you choose the right channels, and how many channels are there on?
Okay, so when it comes to providing a real life to the influencer, my basic is to put as much as social platforms as I can. So as for now, TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, we can create an API from it and to connect it to make and to create it to fully automation. And this is why I use these three methods. And the most engagement platform that we now seeing is Instagram with the AI influencer.
And do your audience on Instagram, for example, know that they are interacting with an AI influencer? And should they know?
I think should they know? Yes, of course. This is the first thing to explain what is it. I not think my all influencer. I have like 8 influencers that I owing today, and these private influencers are all in the bio or written AI influencer or AI robot. And I think this is why also I didn't get any strike or suspension or any other restriction for any from any other platform. So yes, we are always explaining in the bio that this is a AI, because today a lot of people are not very familiar with the AI, and to talk with a robot and to understand eventually it's not a person, it's not I don't know if it's like if you want to talk with a person and you talk with a robot, eventually it will be not really cool for me. So this is what I thought.
Why do we need AI influencers? I mean, we already have human influencers that are pretty impactful. Why do we need AI influencers? What's the unique value they bring on social media?
Okay, so first of all, it's a property, an online property. Today, if we are connecting with a influencer, with a human AI influencer, he's taking from us a payment about a gig or about an order, and that's all. Eventually, we're like, if we are taking them to a contract or so, this is not our property. AI influencer who we build to a businesses and to a platforms, this is eventually an online property that can generate also money. Like if they can get monetized, or if they get more like engagement, eventually um they can be another stream of income. So you don't pay for an hour, you don't pay for a gig, you paying for a property that stay with you, with the company, with the story, and provide you 24 hours engagement. If you want, you can put it on 3 posts, you can put it on 10 posts, and you can put it on 24 posts, whatever you will choose.
And from the people perspective, why do you think the followers like to talk to a bot? because they know it's a bot. They know it's an AI generated influencer. So why do you think they engage with the bot?
I, to be honest, like in the beginning, I was like really hilarious about this that people are connect with a boat and starting to talk. But when I eventually understood why it's happening, I think most of the reason why they talking because they need to talk with someone, and when they are looking on a beautiful face or attractive person, they are starting to talk, and they are starting to ask from where you are and from how old are you and so on. So I think, first of all, we have always someone every week or every 2 weeks that explaining by messages, by private messages, that it's a bot and it's a AI for awareness. And yeah, this this is the main thing that I saw a lot of cases that people are trying to maintain a relationship or something like that, but you can control this, but eventually it's something that for a business, so we are doing this as authentic as can.
Okay. And so, how do you decide about the tone, the personality, or the values of an AI influencer? Like, do you have a specific formula, or it changes based on the request of your client, for example?
Okay, so first of all, I will give an example. I think I have my other influencer that she are from India, and her name is Maria, and she's the first AI awareness of cancer sickness. And what with this specific tone, it will be relative to India, to all the close to India, and try to be as much as authentic as we can. I try to maintain the country and the religion as much as I can with the symbol that I know. And if I have like more questions about the narrative, we always have the ability of asking AI to provide us more and more authentic and more creativity ideas.
Okay. Uh, but does that mean your influencer speaks the language of the country they are based? Like your Brazilian influencer should speak Portuguese, your I don't know if you have a German influencer, he or she should speak German, etc. Or is it all based in English?
All based in English. The decision was until now to create this on English because I think the global world right now on social are more likely talking by English language. So this was the decision.
Okay. But aren't you afraid that the conception you have, for example, of an Indian girl would be different than the reality?
Yes, of course. There is always things that we don't think about. We are like, we are people and we are not a robot. So we always have some things that other person can show us and tell us that, look, it's not looking the best, or it's not looking authentic, or so on. But we also need to understand that as today, AI artificial creation of images and videos are not 100% the premium results that you can find. Yes, we have crazy results. Yes, we have really authentic results. But once again, there is a people in the world that can show us and teach us more.
Okay. Something I noticed on AI generated influencers, yours, but not only yours, of course, that it's most of the time women, and most of the time they are what I call hyper sexualized. Have you noticed that? And could it be a problem for societal perceptions of women?
Okay, so first of all, we need to understand that we are living today in very, very progress reality. So it means that even a player that was on NBA, a woman player, after like meeting OnlyFans, she she told by interview that after 1 year she was making more money than in all her genre in NBA. So yes, a lot of women are more attractive. Women are more attractive by face, by body, and this is how it comes. Like from I think from the 90s and from the 80s and from the 70s, the models were more women and not men. The fashion was more focused on women and not men, because I think the most beautiful creature from man or woman, it will be a woman. This is how it goes. So it's naturally will focus on more generative, on email, on influencers that relative to a woman. We have also I'm sorry that I'm cutting you. It's also we have also a man influencer, but it's a specific niche, a specific thing that we took to. I think the engagement will be much more harder with a man, uh, and if it's a woman.
Yeah, no, that's perfect because that was my next question. Have you ever created a man influencer? I mean, AI generated influencers. Your answer is yes. And do you see any difference in terms of engagement or the type of discussion that the people might have with women versus with men?
Okay, so our main influencer was created to specific company and specific niche. It was creating for a financial company and specific niche in this financial company. And the engagement are less, but it means that we are need to focus on more value by this post, by this engagement with these communities, because in the financial world, if our influencer can create a news relative daily news that related to a finance, it will be much more interesting to follow him. So the focus in men will be the storytelling and what value he can provide more. The effort in woman will be the creative, the moves, the body, all the stuff.
Okay. So when you have an AI generated influencers online, men or women, you need to give them life. You need to have them interact with the audience. So that means you have to create content, a lot of content, I guess. How do you do that, and how complicated or challenging it is?
Okay, in the first AI influencer that we did, it was by natural organic management. I was entering daily and creating a post that I was copy paste from ChatGPT, um, and the pictures and the in the beginning it was only pictures, and after that we was focusing more on videos. But after like think like 2 months, we already started to see as much as make can possibly help us with automations. So we was creating engagement posts by automation, and when it comes to numbers, it's only by quantity. So it was like today it's like I can enter more and more, and I don't even focus my time on it. So it's really really enjoyable to see how the future will look like.
Okay, so if I understood correctly, you are using Make as an automation platform to connect like ChatGPT, create content creation to like Instagram for sharing the content.
Correct. We have followers. We have been followed by a lot of people that was showing us how make working in big automations, and we understood fast, really fast, how to create these templates. And eventually, when it comes to a ready template that already been working, it's something that you can copy and paste, and you can something that you can upgrade and by your specific needs.
So we live in a world that is flooded with digital content. How do you make sure that AI influencers cut through the noise and feel authentic? Why do you think they have like more followers than I do? and And why is why it seems so easy for them and maybe more difficult for human influencers?
Okay, so first of all, we need to understand it's machine working by demand. It means that today, big companies in the world are creating like 12 until 20 posts per day. So if we will take an influencer and we'll put it on such automation, eventually the content and the pictures and the videos will get spreaded, and it will get spreaded to a lot of things in daily. So it means that if I created 10 posts that working by 24 hours, this 10 posts can create like a lot of engagement. So take this 10 posts and imagine what will happen after 2 months. It will be a crazy story. So we seeing influencers are starting with 0 followers and getting to 20,000, 30,000 and higher in, I think, 2, 3, 4 months. This is the time frame.
Okay, wow. Okay. Okay. What do you think will be the future of influence? Do you think human influencers are at risk?
I think who will be the future will be, it's all about avatars and digital creation. Uh, we are already seeing this, that a lot of influencers also creating an avatar from their self and creating a viral engagement content. So it means that if they are starting to work less, and if they are picture themselves less, and if they are talking less, so it means that they're saving time, enormous time. So if the influencer who have so many followers in the beginning as a human being, and eventually creating something unique, and I think it will be only a benefit.
Okay. When you create an AI influencers, do you have ethical guidelines that you follow? I'm also thinking, for AI influencers that are targeting vulnerable audience like teenagers, for example. Do you have some strong guidelines in terms of what you should do and what you shouldn't do?
Yes. First thing, we are not creating by ourselves any nude or any content that going to OnlyFans or something like that, to Fanby or so. We're focusing on creative story and ideas. This is our goal. We are creating an engagement and branding and marketing to companies with these unique ideas. Like let's say an example. Let's say a big company creating 20 influencers, from kids to teenagers to adults, and all of them are creating the same company hooks. So it means that if we take these 10 influencers, I positive by 100% it will be a huge stream of income to this company. And when it comes to how we are focusing or trying to not making these new things, it's all about like we can create these new things, but it comes also to a work that we will focus on this. And this is not our main purpose of the agency. The agency was created only to create awareness to things that important in the world.
What's the fastest time that you've gone from an idea to a fully functional AI influencers? I believe you told me it could be just a few days. Is it really as quick as it's just a few days?
Uh, our fastest creation was Emma, a USA fitness influencer. And it was, I think the social and the post was from the idea, I think it was like 48 hours.
48 hours. Oh my God. Okay. And is she still alive today? She's still online?
Yeah, yeah, of course. I think she was passing the 20K followers. She's like 2 months old. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Do you see any legal issues on the horizon with this type of AI creation? Should there be some type of regulation when we talk about AI influencers?
Yes and no, because we never know what uh, people that don't need to mess with it can do. We never know what crazy and bad ideas people can create. And this is why maybe there is a need for this type of creation. But once again, when it comes to AI, as right now, we don't see anything related to it.
And maybe my last question for you would be to understand if you ever find yourself getting a little bit too attached to one of your AI creations. Do you sometimes feel like, wow, you gave life?
uh, to be honest, yes. To be honest, yes. I really feel connected with my creation because this is my ideas. And after this all couple months, that was success to me because I understood that a lot of companies and a lot of famous magazines connect me and started to ask about this. So yeah, I attached to it because it's something that changed my life because I was in the e-commerce society. I was making money online from online shops, and right now I creating money from ideas. So it's really like a game changer for me. So yes, the answer.
So it changes your business, it changes your lifestyle, I guess, and the way you work now.
Yeah, yeah. By I think by 100%.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Well, thank you so much, Ilya. So at the end of each episode, the guest answers a question posed by the previous guest. After that, you'll have the opportunity to ask a question for the next guest. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. So here's your question, courtesy of Shanil Ibrahim, who is partner at Deloitte Canada, National Life Sciences and Healthcare Consulting Business. We can listen to his question right now.
So the question is, if AI could extend human life indefinitely, should it? And what does it mean for our sense of purpose and the value of life itself if life goes on forever?
Okay, so the answer yes, because I think if artificial intelligence can bring us more value to our life and to maintain our oldness and to create our lives with our kids more than what they are right now. So, yes, I think the answer is yes. And about the unlimited life, I think that it's really, really far from us, but I think that if it will be possibly can be happen. So maybe it will be I think it will be the end of our world because eventually we will need a couple more global, like couple of.
Okay, perfect. So now, Ilya, what question would you like to pose for the next guest?
Okay, the question is artificial intelligence as an influencer to businesses, healthcares, and other companies, if it's something that will be forever or it's something that will be and only like a time frame that soon it will be over.
Perfect. Thank you, Ilya. It's been an absolute pleasure speaking with you today. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Julian. Pleasure being here. Thank you.
And that wraps up another episode of AI Experience. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Hey, thanks for listening. If you enjoyed the show, don't forget to subscribe on your podcast platform. Your support counts and your comments can really help share this experience with others. You can also visit the website ai-experience.io to find out more. See you soon for a new episode.